friends. So we are at the second night now of Howl-O-Scream. So this is going to be really interesting because it is a modified version of Howl-O-Scream. There are no haunted houses this year. There's only scare zones. Obviously, the scare actors are not going to be able to get in your face to frighten you.
It's going to be a little different this year, but I think they still wanted to have some type of Halloween celebration. And
pretty cool.
And they need to compete with Universal Studios. Universal, as we know, canceled Halloween Horror Nights, but now they have 200 houses open.
With daytime admission.
With daytime admission. I think once Busch Gardens learned that Universal canceled Halloween Horror Nights, they said, like, we have to do something. We have to try to stay on top. So that's my guess. But that's cool. I mean, as long as everybody stays safe, should be all right. So I guess if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit that little bell icon to receive notifications anytime we upload a new video.
This is what the park looks like right now. This is kind of the in-between time between now and Howl-O-Scream. Right now it's about, what is it, like 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
6:20. Howl-O-Scream starts at 7. And as you can see, people have no masks. They have their noses hanging out. And they're not social distancing. They're just walking right by you, standing right by you. They really don't care. Howl-O-Scream is almost open. The park is cleared out some, which is good. When we first came in here, it was so crazy packed. People were just, well, they're still doing it. They're walking right next to you. But it was even worse before because you couldn't even get away from anybody. And the one thing that I've noticed so far is that in this park, there are people literally walking around without a mask. I think that it's crazy because over at SeaWorld, which owns Busch Gardens, they started really enforcing the mask rules. But as you can see over here, some people are just completely walking around without a mask. And I have seen ambassadors walk by not even telling them to pull it back up. So I'm gonna do my best to try to have fun tonight and not pay attention to other people. I mean, it is hard when you're around other people that aren't paying attention to what they're doing, so you really have to look out for yourself. But the main thing is, we're gonna see tonight how they're handling the Halloween events, what they're doing, and what it's gonna look like in the scare zones with scare actors that aren't actually able to come up to you if it's going to be scary or not. It looks like they have some food offerings, food and drink offerings in the spirit of Howl-O-Scream. What do they have over here?
Yeah, tacos, tamales, and pozole blanco.
Yeah, so it looks like there is some food over here. I don't think there's anything I can particularly eat, but if you want something from here, you probably can.
That's okay.
It's a little bit after 7 o'clock and we're going through a scare zone. So this is pretty much, I think, what we can expect tonight. There's only so much that they can really do. So I think that this is pretty much what tonight is going to be like, is just walking through the scare zones. I don't know if they're going to get a little bit more intense once it's dark outside, but we'll certainly see what happens.
Get me out, help me good.
So far, the wait times are really, really high, and I'm really hoping that that cuts down. I feel like we're just walking in a big circle here because you can't, some of the directions for the scare zones are only one way. And I find that we keep having to walk the same way.
Yeah. That's all right. I think really what's happening with these long lines is Howl-O-Scream usually has haunted houses and people end up going into the houses. That's what really the big reason people come to this event. And without the houses, that is making the wait times grow for the rides, because that's what people are here to do now. So luckily, it's not, there aren't going to be as many people as there are during the day, if I had to guess. So hopefully the wait times are going to start getting cut down lower and lower. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's still pretty early. It's shortly after 7, so I'm hoping that maybe some of the wait times are people that were already in line from when the park was open till the general public. Maybe they were already waiting and they just haven't gone yet.
That's a good possibility. Cheetah hunt's up to 100 minutes, so the park hasn't been closed for 100 minutes. Once we see the park closed for over 100 minutes, we're going to kind of get a gauge of what the lines are really going to be like, because now we'll know that everybody that was in the park before is out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep, so we'll see. This area here is the Deadly Toys. This is actually something that they did last year. I remember the Deadly Toys scare zone.
This is a really cool spot.
Yeah. That's as scary, I think, as we're gonna get. But yeah, I mean, I know that they're trying to do the best that they can with this. It's definitely, it's still fun.
Hey Rick! End of the line!
Right now, if you're a Platinum Pass holder, if you go stop by the store Excursions, they'll give you a free mask that says Howl-O-Scream. I think that this mask actually fits pretty well. I had an issue, I don't know if you saw our last video, I bought a Hello Kitty mask at Universal, and every time I talked, the thing just went right down my nose. So I did bring with me tonight a nose clip to put over it, just in case I would have the same issue with this one. But this one's actually staying up really well. It's much tighter up here. So I think that the Busch Gardens masks are pretty good. It's not slipping or anything. We're about to walk through Lichen Landing. So now it's darker outside, and I'm curious if the scare zones are going to be scarier than what they were before. So let's walk through Lichen Landing and see what's going on over here. There's a really long line over here for something. Maybe that's for the log ride. No.
I don't know what that is. What is this?
Is this like...
This is probably a main scare zone. This is called the shortcut. This looks like they're only letting a couple of people through at a time. Maybe this is one of the really scary spots.
Oh, okay.
I have a feeling these other scare zones are just little warm-up zones for this.
So maybe that's what it is, that if you really want a real scare zone, you have to get online. Okay. So far, what we've noticed is that this year the wait times are not what they were last year. Last year, Tigris was a 5-minute wait. So we were able to basically marathon Tigris. But that's probably not going to happen this year because there's no houses. So what do you think so far?
Well, it's definitely different than last year. But then again, we're under different circumstances. I didn't expect it to be exactly the same. The scare zones, the smaller scare zones, I should say, are the same as last year. The Deadly Toys, the Wasteland, and things like that. I did notice the werewolf themed one, which is that I didn't remember that from last year. I think that's new. But I think it's cool that they're celebrating Halloween still. They knew that the parks would do something to celebrate, and I'm glad that they're at least doing something.
So Busch Gardens really could learn something from Disney. This is what the queue is like in SheiKra. As soon as they open up the quick queue where people are paying to get through, there's no social distancing. As you can see, everybody is right next to each other. We just rode Tigress and we just rode SheiKra. This is what the crowd looks like now over here. It definitely looks like a lot more people than we thought there would be here. And the wait times on the rides are pretty high considering that this is a special event. And I'm sure it's because there's no haunted houses and they also have to sanitize after a certain number of vehicles go out. But I definitely, it doesn't feel like it did last year.
So I am looking at the wait times right now on the Busch Gardens app. Just out of curiosity, we wanted to see what is, what has a low wait time, what we're able to do. And it looks like, unless we want to wait, for a while to get on rides, we're not going to go on anything. The only thing with the low wait time is Kumba, amazingly enough, with 5 minutes. And that's a great ride, so maybe we'll do that. But things like Cobra's Curse are at 65 minutes. Cheetah Hunt is 100 minutes. And the Sand Serpent is 50 minutes. I don't understand that. It's kind of like a mouse, like a crazy mouse coaster, And that's at 50 minutes. Weird.
Well, what blows my mind is they said that they were selling less tickets this year for the event to make sure that you could social distance. This does not look like less people than last year.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys could see this, but Kumba is stuck on the lift hill. So, as luck would have it, we attempted to ride Kumba because it had the lowest wait time. It said 5 minutes according to the app.
Yeah, it's the only ride with the low wait time.
As soon as we got on there, it turned into a 60-minute wait. That was more accurate. And then it got stuck. So no dice with Kumba.
Nope, it is still sitting there on the lift hill, not moving.
Yep. Unfortunately, nobody is in it.
Yeah, I mean, I would be kind of upset if we were stuck there for a long time.
Can you imagine spending the night sitting over in Kumba stuck on a lift hill? So guys, we found out what happened with Kumba.
Yeah, somebody lost their hat on the ride, came off of his head, and is now wedged into the lattice work of the track on one of the inversions. So apparently they don't really know how they're going to retrieve it because they've never had to retrieve something from that section of track before.
Why did someone wear their hat on a roller coaster?
I'm not sure. I feel like that's kind of asking for trouble. I'm even wary of wearing my sunglasses. I don't even wear my sunglasses on a coaster. They're not expensive sunglasses. I just don't want that to happen, and I don't want to inconvenience everybody, and I like my sunglasses.
Yeah, I mean, I bring the camera on the coaster, but I have a wrist mount.
Yeah,
it's not going
secure.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
But a hat. So now, what time is it?
Let's take a look. Right now, oh, my phone is off. That's right.
I think it's probably only like 10 something. This doesn't close till 12, and there's no Kumba for the rest of the night. That's it.
Yeah, because now they said they're not sure how they're going to retrieve the item, so we'll see. I'm sure they'll get it, but for now, we're just kind of stuck without one of the rides here.
This area was here last year, but I really like it. It's just fun. Let's go take a look. I just like how this area is decorated. We just stopped and got some ice cream. It is extremely hot tonight. So the only Halloween themed food that we saw was that one food truck that we passed by.
Yeah, and even that, I mean, it was Halloween themed because it was in the Day of the Dead area and they were serving Mexican food. But I didn't really notice anything else. Do you know if they have like a holiday cupcake, like a Halloween cupcake here, or like anything?
No.
I know that sometimes they'll do special things for the park. Like
There's nothing. Everything's for Beer Fest right now, which is their daytime event.
So with that being the case, then the only spots that I saw that have a Halloween vibe are the scare zones. The rest of the park, I mean, if you look around here, this area does not look like it's decorated for Halloween. Scare zones are, yeah, you start feeling like it's Halloween, but outside of every scare zone, it's not really, they didn't really add the decorations.
No, this definitely doesn't feel like a Halloween celebration at all.
No,
It just
it's not the
feels
same.
like you have a couple scare zones and everything else is the same, and
Yeah.
it just feels like it's Busch Gardens with the hours open a little bit later. I really would have liked to have seen more Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
Halloween foods, decorations, but no, it's just the scare zones. That's all that they have going on.
Well guys, that about wraps up our evening of Howl-O-Scream. So what's the verdict? Honestly, I would say skip it. I didn't think that this was really worth it. It was discounted compared to last year because they don't have as much to offer, but really I didn't find anything to be special about this.
Well, that's the thing, is like you don't have haunted houses, so everybody that's coming to experience the scare zones is also going on the ride. So not only do you not have houses, but you have long wait times on the ride. There's not the house there to kind of split that up to where the wait times aren't crazy long for the houses and they're not crazy long for the rides. Instead, you have crazy long waits for the rides and nothing else to do.
Right, and for specially ticketed events, one of the reasons that you usually enjoy a specially ticketed event is there's a lower crowd and you're able to do more. I honestly believe that they sold as many tickets this year to this event as they did last year. This does not look like a low crowd to me.
Not at all.
It had very, very busy. Very little social distancing. Some ambassadors here and there telling people to put the mask on. Some of them just walking right by. We saw people smoking, like in non-smoking zones tonight.
It's kind of become
it
a
was a
free-for-all.
mess.
Yeah,
it was just kind of a mess, this whole thing.
Yeah, it kind of became a free-for-all.
Yeah.
So
And the people here, one guy got mad because I was filming. Like, we're not allowed to vlog. A lot of people vlog. I mean, it's just been like, I don't know. I just don't think that this is worth it this year. I think that I would sit it out until everything returns to normal and you could come here and really enjoy what Howl-O-Scream was.
yeah, I mean, last year we had a blast. We had an absolute blast. If you'd like, we can leave a link to that video in the description and you guys can check out what last year was like and compare the two and kind of make your own judgment through that. But I will definitely say this was not the same experience, and not in a, okay, it's a little different, we can handle it kind of way, in more like a, wow, I
can't believe
we're here. Yeah, and it's upsetting because Busch Gardens is one of my favorite parks. It really is. Great rides, animals, like what's not to love about that stuff? But
just not good timing right now.
No, definitely not. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up and quit complaining. You guys go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications anytime we upload a new video. Until next time, we will see you guys at the park. Happy Halloween, everybody.